All right. So number 4 on Math 7, Unit 3, test corrections. Each of the following, each of the diagrams, it's not each, it's just one diagram. Sorry about the typo. So that should say the diagram, singular, below represents tightrope moves for an acrobat. For each diagram or for the given diagram, okay, I want you to answer A and B. I'm going to answer A and B on the single video here. So make sure that you listen all the way through so you can make sure that you get the B's answer written here. Okay. A, if N is a leap that acrobat does, describe in words the routine shown at the right. So what we were asking for you to do was to describe how an acrobat would get across from A to be. What would be the routine? What would it look like if he was genuinely and truly on the tightrope? So if it says N is a leap, that means he leaped here, leaped again, and then leaped for the third time. Then he walked 10 feet or 10 steps, whatever it may be. That's when you needed to write right here in A. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down. The acrobat leaped. You can say leaped, comma, leaped, comma, leaped, or you can say leaped 3 times. Then walked 10 feet to finish the routine. Okay. Then what is the length of the leap? Well, the length of the rope is 28. So if you wrote 28, that was incorrect. The leaps, since N is given to us, that means they're all identical leaps. They weren't different lengths of leaps. But whatever it may be, it's going to add up with 10 and make it equal to 28. So you needed to show your work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I would show work. If I was you in your place, I would put N plus N plus N plus 10 equals to 28 because that's what the picture showed right here. Okay. So if I add N plus N plus N, I have 3 N's plus 10 equals 28. And if I wanted to figure out just the N, I would take away the 10 since 10 is something we already know. And all I want to know is this length right here. I'm going to go ahead and use a highlighter. From 0 to that much. How much of that is 28? So I can figure out what each of these were, each of the lengths of the leaps were. Okay. So I'm going to take away 10 from 28, which gives me 18. So 3n equals 18. Okay. Then in order for me to multiply 3 times something, what should I multiply 3 times with to get 18? Well, you can guess and check. You can try 3 times 2 and guess 6, and 6 is too small, so 2 must be too small. We can try 5 and say 3 times 5 is 15. We're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. We can say 3 times 7 is 21. That's still too far. We went past it, right? So we needed to make sure we have a number that's between 5 and 7. So I'm going to try 6. 3 times 6 equals 18. And that's true. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, so the length of n equals 6. The leap length is 6. That's all you needed to say. Okay, 1, you need to show work. 2, you need to have a statement to answer the question. Okay, then I'm going to emphasize this again. You're going to get sick and tired of me, but I really, 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 really want to make sure that you guys are doing this, okay? Because I'm Miss Fu and I'm pretty fed up with some of these responses that says, I learned how to do something really generic, okay? So one thing I learned from the video is I needed you to say, when it asks for describe in words the routine, I needed to describe what the acrobat would be doing if that was a routine. Write something very clear and specific to the situation. It needs to be connected to what was made as a mistake on your paper. Okay? It cannot be a random statement of, oh, I learned how to find the lengths of the leap. You cannot do that. Okay? You cannot write that. Please make sure you write something along the lines of, to find the leap length, I needed to put all of the lengths together with 10 and figure out what number would make the sum of the 3 leaps and 10 equal to 28. That would be fantastic. I will be ecstatic. Miss Fu would be dancing. It would be awesome if you could do that. Okay. So make sure that you guys state something that is connected to the problem and very clear about how you learned your mistake to be fixed here. Okay.